Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As always, it's good to be here. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it's a pleasure having you guys. Tune into the channel and you know respecting the content, so to speak. We try our best over here. We try our best over here. Right, gentle reminder, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, or subscribe if you haven't already. Free and easy ways to support the channel and give the youths a strength. Seen? Alright, so doing this video, it's a EFL promotion and relegation Reggae Boyz edition, right? So you have quite a bit of Reggae Boyz playing in both the championship, the English third tier and the English fourth tier, right? This is what is known as the EFL, right? The EFL controls the second, third and fourth tier. We have a number of Reggae Boyz featuring in the promotion, relegation and even title winning, right? Aspects of the respective leagues of the EFL. So we're gonna set some bomb now and take a look at what the Reggae Boyz are doing in these respective leagues. First up, we're gonna start with the English fourth tier, the English second division, right? Now, as you guys can see the table on your screen, 45 games gone in the English fourth tier, one game left to play, and there are currently I shouldn't say two Reggae Boyz, but two players, one born in Jamaica and another who has represented Jamaica at youth level, right? Both of them are going toe to toe at the top of the table to win the English fourth tier. Both have already gotten promoted to the English third tier, so both will definitely be in the English third tier next season. We have Jamil Matt at Forest Green Rovers, and then we have Giovanni, bro, I think is how you pronounce it, at Exeter City, former youth player for Jamaica. Matt was the one that was born in Jamaica. So you guys see, both teams qualified. One is on 84 points, the other is 83 points. It's just a matter of which Jamaican wins the English fourth tier. It's good to see that Jamaicans are getting promoted to higher leagues rather, and it's good to see that both are slugging it out at the top of the table to see who will win the title. So I don't know which one I wish the best. I wish both of them the best. One of them have to win it. One of them has to win it. So, that's the good thing about it, that there will be a Jamaican who will be winning the English fourth tier. When you scroll down a bit, you go down to the foot of the table. Unfortunately, we see a Reggae Boy that is in the relegation zone and has been relegated. The judge, the jury, the executioner, the big CDM, Anthony Grant, would have made that transfer from Swindon to Scunthorpe, and he made the move for game time and other reasons as well, from what has been reliably reported. But I wonder if he regrets the move now. I don't know, but the team has been relegated. Scunthorpe, has been relegated. They're finishing at the foot of the table as well. So they'll be playing in the National League next season, unfortunately. I'm trying to remember if Grant got a 6 months or an 18 months contract. I don't remember it's how long. If I remember right, it might have been a contract to the end of the season, And if that is the case, then, hopefully another League 2 club will scoop him up and will sign him, and he will get to remain in League 2 next season and not have to go, down to the English fifth tier, right? If he's in the fifth tier, I definitely, if he goes down to the fifth tier with Scunthorpe, I don't think we'll see Anthony Grant, unfortunately, back in the national setup. So we wish Anthony Grant all the best where that is concerned. Right, all right. Up next, we're looking at League 2, or League 1 right now, rather. The third tier, the third division. And again, Reggae Boyz, right, in the thick of things at both ends of the table. So, Wigan Athletic Guys, Wigan Athletic has won the English third tier. Wigan Athletic will be promoted and will get back into the championship next season. I know the Reggae Boys and Wigan Athletic. You have my boss there, Jordan Cousins, the CDM, and also Curtis Still. Jordan Cousins would have recently made a return to the Wigan, to the starting 11 for Wigan after being out for quite some time with injury. Decent player, Jordan Cousins. I know many people don't seem to be fans of either Jordan Cousins or Curtis Still. I think Curtis Still received very little time for the national team to be able to make an assessment on how good he can be for the national team. I've seen some of his performances for Wigan. Looks a player that can have an impact for our national team. Even though, if memory serves right, he's 30 years old, so probably the age might be a problem. Even though age for centre backs means a little less than age for like midfielders or forwards, right? Jordan Cousins as well. Many people don't really seem to be fans of Jordan Cousins. I get it. His technical ability might not be the most pleasing to the eye. I get it, but I think that his technical ability is effective enough, and I think he has some qualities that I'm eagerly awaiting him, landing in the national team. Also, we see Rotherham United as well with Wes Harding, getting back, making a quick return to the championship. So that is good to see, right? That Reggae Boys have gotten automatic promotion. So congrats to those Reggae Boys at Wigan and also Rotherham. We see Wycombe Wanderers with another, that's an ex-Reggae Boy. Certainly not a current Reggae Boy. Gareth McCleary's Wycombe Wanderers just crept into the playoffs. So hopefully they can snatch that third spot, to get promotion. And we also see Sheffield Wednesday, who is coached by Darren Moore, former Reggae Boy Darren Moore. So I mean, either Wycombe or Sheffield Wednesday grabs that third, spot to the championship. I'm good either ways, right? Probably would have probably prefer Sheffield Wednesday to go back into the championship, because I mean, Garrett McCleary is at the latter stages of his career, and he has played in the championship and had successful campaigns in the championship for quite some time, whereas Darren Moore is still, relatively speaking, a young manager, right? It would be good to see him make a return to the championship and, strut his stuff in a higher league, in a league with more credibility. So we probably and we don't have a coach coaching a senior team. A former Reggae Boy, from my recollection, isn't coaching a senior team at that higher level, as the championship. So it would be good to see, a Reggae Boy or a former Reggae Boy in Darren Moore, making the jump to the championship. That's my opinion personally. Either one of them make it too happy for them. Seeing Morecambe or Morecambe or however you want to pronounce the name of this football club. You guys know the club, and you guys know that a Reggae Boy, current Reggae Boy, and a player that many seem to have a lot of time for, right? In Greg Lay. He struts his stuff for Morecambe. I've seen some of Greg Lay's performances thus far this season, and the performances that I've seen for Morecambe have been good, whether he's on the left playing as a left fullback or on the right playing as a right fullback. I didn't see his last performance, but the performance before his last game, as a matter of fact, a couple of the performances before his last game was at right back, right? And he would have done a decent job where that is concerned. Morecambe, have escaped, kind of narrowly escaped relegation. 46 games gone in the season, so this league is done. And Morecambe, who got promoted from the 4th tier last season, will be playing in the English 3rd tier again this season. So, congrats to Greg Lay and Survival, man. Congrats and big shout out to Greg Lay and Survival. You know what? Let's quickly talk about David Davis as well. because David Davis plays for, by the way, Morecambe finished 19th, as you can see on your screen. A couple of points above the relegation zone. Shrewsbury Town as well with my boy the David Davis, right? Yo, me have a lot of time for David Davis, man, because when me tell you say it's a quality CDM, people. Quality CDM, man. Quality CDM. I would love to see David Davis in the national setup. If David Davis had played for us in the national setup instead of Haka, may I tell you, we'd have finished the campaign from about 15, 16 points instead of the 11 points we finished on. David Davis, in my humble opinion, would have made that much of a difference. I've seen a number of his performances this season, and I can tell you, quality CDM, man. The real deal, decent CDM, man. Proper CDM. No joke CDM, man. I have a lot of time. You guys might be thinking I'm exaggerating, but I have a lot of time for David Davis. His Shrewsbury Town finished 18th in the English third tier, one spot above Morecambe. Right, so they would have finished on 50 points. They were kind of sliding a bit because they kind of gradually have slid a bit. The earlier on in the season, they were closer to mid-table sort of like, but they have kind of slipped a bit. So in the end, thankfully they have survived as well. I'd love to see Dave, even though David Davis is 30. I'd love to see him in the national setup, man. Eagerly anticipating him being in the national setup. All right. Up next, we're going to the championship now. Oh yeah, by the way, before we get to the championship, right, I forgot to mention that Jamil Matt has scored 19 goals and 9 assists in the English fourth tier for Forest Green Rovers. Giovanni Brown, who is another forward, has scored 7 goals, and if memory serves me right, he has had a number of assists, something like 9 or 10 assists or something like that. But he scored 7 goals. 7 goals I definitely remember he scored this season in the English fourth tier. Just something I wanted to share with you guys. I think it's important when you're talking about forwards, you give the goals that they have scored and the goal contributions as well. Right, so I forgot to mention that earlier. All right, championship, the big league in the EFL. Guys, congratulations to Bobby D. Cordova-Reid and Michael Hector. They have won the English League Championship, right? With 1 game to go, they have won it. They have finished on 90 points. So congrats to them on making a speedy return back to the Premier League, right? And also congrats to them. Congrats on the automatic promotion, and congrats again on them winning the English League Championship. Bobby would have featured heavily. Another decent season for Fulham this season. Michael Hector probably needs to find himself a new club. I think Hector gets a bad rap, but I have a lot of time for Hector. I think he's a decent player as well. Highly underrated. When he was in the Bundesliga, right, he was a fan favorite at Eintracht Frankfurt, right, and started a number of games for Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. That's a top 5 league in Europe, guys. Hector must have some quality if he can start a number of games and be a fan favorite in the one season that he was at Eintracht Frankfurt in a top 5 league in Europe, the Bundesliga. So he definitely needs to find a new club. I don't know why, but he's out of favor. I've seen him a couple of times, a couple of his performances this season, and he never look 3-3, but some of them know them are style Hector, so no game. The next reggae boy that we have to congratulate as well is Jamal Lowe. Guys, Jamal Lowe have a crystal ball in a man. I don't know how Jamal Lowe did foresee what was coming at Swansea. Where did Swansea finish? Swansea finished in 15th. Do you remember last season Swansea was in the playoffs? As a matter of fact, now them man something that did reach the finals of the playoffs, man. Them and Brentford, if memory serves me right. Yeah, man, I watched that game, man. I think it was them and Brentford did reach the finals. But Jamal Lowe saw how to have a crystal ball, saw what was coming at Swansea. decided to jump ship to Bournemouth. At the time, it never made sense to me, but hey, as I said, Jamal Lowe have a crystal ball and realized that Bournemouth was on their way to the English Premier League. Guys, we're going to have 3 additional Reggae Boys in the English Premier League. Congrats to Jamal Lowe. I saw him in a number of performances last season for Swansea, and I said to myself, this player is definitely a Premier League quality player. I can't understand though this season. He has mostly been an impact sub for Bournemouth. I expected him to go there and get game time and start and play well, but I guess Bournemouth would have gained automatic promotion because they have a starting quality, forward on their bench. That's the sort of squad that Bournemouth would possess, right? And not only a starting but a quality player on the bench in Jamal Lowe. Hopefully Jamal Lowe can somehow squeeze himself into the starting lineup in the Prem next season, and lock down that starting lineup and impress in the English Premier League for Bournemouth. Luton Town, with 1 game to go in the championship, as you can see on your screen here, Luton Town is in 6th. They're occupying that final playoff spot. They're 2 points in front of Middlesbrough rather, and on 72 points. Middlesbrough is on 70 points. So a draw will get Luton into the playoffs. Hopefully it works out for Amari Bell. We have another Reggae boy, Amari Bell, at Luton Town, a player who I believe is the country's best left back currently available to us right now. I know a lot of people won't agree with me. Somehow Amari Bell doesn't seem to have a lot of fans, but I personally have a lot of time for Amari Bell. I think he's a quality left back. Hopefully he's the only Reggae boy in the playoffs. If they make it to the playoffs, if things stand as they are on the final day and he makes it into the playoffs, so hopefully Luton Town grab that final automatic spot, win the playoffs and qualify. That 7-0 defeat or that 7-0 thrashing that they just got from Fulham really and truly never did them any favors heading into this last game of the regular season. We see Preston North End with DJ finishing mid-table, Queen's Park with Andre Gray as well finishing mid-table, Bristol City 17th with Casey Palmer, and then you see down at the foot of the table, guys, quite a number of current Reggae Boys and probably soon to be Reggae Boys in the mix as well. Derby County with Ravel Morrison getting relegated. We all know the off-the-field issues that they have had all season. I don't know if Ravel will sign a new deal with Derby or if he has impressed enough that another championship club will come calling and sign Ravel Morrison. I would like to see Ravel stay in the championship and, hopefully he has impressed enough to, get attention and get a deal from another championship club. He's on a 1-year contract, so it's soon about ending for him at Derby County. But if he chooses to resign for Derby County, I would totally understand. I wouldn't want that, but I would. And to be honest with you, staying with Derby for Ravel does have its perks. Derby will definitely more than likely be back in the championship next season. Because they are a championship team, but we all know the scenario with them, why they are getting relegated. So they will definitely be way above. If they can keep this spot together, they'll be way above anything in League One. They're a decent team, Derby County. Peterborough with Johnson Clark Harris, they're gone as well. We're hearing that Johnson Clark Harris may feature for us in upcoming friendlies. A player I have a lot of time for as well. I think he's a decent addition to the Reggae Boys setup. So, hopefully he has impressed enough to, get a move to, not have to go back down to League One with Peterborough. I think he's a championship striker at the very least as well. Johnson Clark Harris, can't blame him for lack of service and lack of quality service as well at Peterborough. That would have, prevented him from scoring more goals. Reading survived relegation by the skin of them teeth, and we all know Reading has exiled reggae boy Liam Moore, so they have survived. So, congrats to Reading. So hopefully Derby, hopefully Ravel and Johnson can stay in the championship. If not, hopefully they can make speedy returns. So guys, that's it as it pertains to Reggae Boyz in the EFL. That's it guys. You know, number Reggae Boyz in the thick of things where the action is concerned right through the EFL. So guys, that's my 2 cents. Take care, stay safe, knock up the like button, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time.